Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. So, if your refrigerator is making rattling noises that are driving you absolutely nuts, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. Good news is, most of these fixes are way cheaper than calling someone like me out to your house. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group. Links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. All right, folks, so let's talk about one of the most annoying fridge problems out there. You're minding your own business, and suddenly your refrigerator starts sounding like a maraca. After 15 years of appliance repair, I've narrowed down refrigerator rattling to 7 main causes. The key thing here is figuring out exactly where that rattle's coming from before you start throwing parts at it. That's going to save you both time and money. So, the simplest fix, and this might surprise you, is checking if your fridge is sitting level and positioned right. If that rattling noise is coming from inside the fridge itself, 9 times out of 10, it's because the whole unit isn't sitting properly. Here's what happens. When your fridge isn't level, it's going to tilt and eventually rest on the floor. Every time the compressor kicks in and the fridge vibrates, it's hitting that floor and making that annoying rattle. Another common issue is fridges positioned too close to the wall. You need at least 2 inches of clearance. When there's not enough space, the water line and back panel vibrate against the wall every time the compressor runs. I remember this lady in our Facebook group last month. She had a brand new Samsung that started rattling the minute she plugged it in. We had her move it forward about 3 inches from the wall, and the noise stopped completely. If moving it forward doesn't work, you're going to need to level the thing, unplug your fridge, empty it out to make it lighter, then grab a screwdriver and find those leveling legs underneath. You can see me doing this right here. Slide a piece of wood under the fridge to protect your floors. Use a crowbar to lift it slightly, then adjust those legs. Turn left to raise, right to lower. Keep adjusting until it's perfectly balanced. Now, if your fridge is sitting perfect, but you're still hearing that rattle, take a look at what you've got stored in there. This is way more common than you'd think. Containers and bottles bouncing around inside, or stuff piled on top of the fridge. Every time the compressor runs, those items are going to shake and collide with each other and the fridge walls. I had this guy call me once, swearing his fridge was broken. Turns out he had a stack of ceramic plates on top and mason jars crammed together on every shelf. Soon as he rearranged everything and moved those plates to a cabinet, silence. Your fridge contents need breathing room to prevent rattling. Leave at least 1 inch of space between containers and the fridge walls. Remove all items from the top of your refrigerator. The compressor vibrations will shake anything placed there. The vibrations from the compressor will rattle anything that's not secure. If the rattling stops when you open the fridge door, we've found our culprit, the evaporator fan. This little guy sits on the back wall inside your fridge, and over time, frost builds up around it. When that fan tries to spin with all that ice in the way, it sounds like someone's shaking a tin can full of screws. I've seen this 100 times, especially on units that haven't been defrosted properly. The fan's trying to do its job circulating cold air, but it keeps hitting that frost buildup. Here's how to test this. Locate the door light switch inside your freezer and hold it down with the door open. If the rattling noise gets louder or more frequent, you've confirmed it's the evaporator fan hitting frost buildup. Now, this part costs about 25 to 50 bucks, but before you replace anything, try defrosting that ice first. If you've got a backup fridge, just turn the main unit off for 24 hours and let everything thaw naturally. Put a towel underneath to catch the water. Don't have a backup fridge. You can manually defrost using a hairdryer on low heat. First, unplug the refrigerator for safety. Remove shelves, then carefully unscrew the back panel. Watch for electrical connections. Keep the dryer moving constantly and maintain 6 inches distance to avoid damaging plastic components. Here's where things get a little more technical. The defrost timer controls when your fridge goes through its defrost cycle. When this thing starts failing, you get frost buildup everywhere, and that can cause all sorts of rattling noises. If you've already defrosted your evaporator fan area, but the noise keeps coming back along with more frost, your defrost timer is probably shot. These timers cost about 10 to 25 bucks, and they're not repairable. Once they go bad, you gotta replace them. The location depends on your model, could be in the control panel, behind the kick plate, or even behind the whole fridge. Check your manual to find exactly where yours is hiding. I see this a lot on GE refrigerators, especially. To replace it, you'll unplug the fridge, remove the console screws, pull it down, and swap out the timer. It's pretty straightforward. Just match up those wire connections exactly how they were on the old one. Sometimes the simplest problems cause the most annoying noises. That drain pan underneath your fridge catches water from the defrost cycle, but over time, all that vibration can knock it loose. When it's rattling around down there, it sounds like someone's playing drums under your kitchen. If the noise is definitely coming from the bottom of the fridge, this is probably your answer. The good news? This is maybe a $5 to $10 fix if the pan's actually broken. Most of the time, it just needs to be pushed back into place. You'll need to pull the fridge out from the wall and look underneath. You can see right here how that drain pan sits in its brackets. Sometimes it just slides out of position. Push it back where it belongs, make sure it's secure, and you're done. The condenser fan is usually located at the back or bottom of your fridge, and when it starts going bad, it makes this distinct rattling sound. This fan's job is cooling down the condenser coils, but if it's getting old or there's debris stuck in there, it'll rattle like crazy. These fans cost about $20 to $30 to replace. What I usually see is dust and pet hair wrapped around the fan blades, or sometimes the fan motor itself is wearing out. Pull your fridge away from the wall and take a look at that condenser fan. If it's caked with dust and hair, clean it off carefully. If the motor's making noise even after cleaning, it's time for a replacement. This is one of those repairs where it's usually worth doing it yourself, way cheaper than calling someone like me. Here's your action plan for fixing refrigerator rattling. Start with the 5-minute fixes. Check fridge level, clearance from walls, and remove vibrating items. If rattling continues, move to the 30-minute solutions like defrosting the evaporator fan or securing the drain pan. Finally, tackle component replacements if needed. Most of the time, it's going to be something simple that you can fix yourself for under $50. If you guys know someone who's having appliance troubles, please send them the link to this video or a link to my channel where I have tons of other videos showing how to fix pretty common issues with appliances, sometimes for free or as little cost as possible. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this helped you get your refrigerator quiet again, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Let me know which fix worked for you. Really helps other people with the same problem. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.